Hey, welcome to Did She Just Say That? I'm Ashley,
And I'm Justin.
and we are coming to you for
Mother's
Day.
Day.
So, first and foremost, I want to say Happy Mother's Day, Chesson, to you
Thank you.
and to all the moms out there. And also that you can catch us streaming on all the platforms. You can also catch us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Missing any?
YouTube.
YouTube. Yes, you can watch us on YouTube if you are brave enough to do so. You can do that. So, yeah, we are coming to you in May and just excited to talk more about this month. It's a beautiful month and we're excited and
Everything's blooming.
everything's blooming, yes. And yeah, allergies are real deal right now.
I never
real
had allergies until I moved
Yeah.
to Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real
And-
allergies,
yeah,
not
the real
Ashley's
ones.
allergies.
Not Ashley. Yeah, those are different allergies.
Those
So, yeah. So yeah, so
we're taking a different spin on
we
Mother's
are.
Day.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not that we don't want to shout out our amazing moms.
Love you, Mom.
Yes, love you, Mom.
You do it?
Oh, I don't know what you're doing. I was just doing this.
No, I was trying to do the thing the
We
kids
love
do.
you. Oh, I don't know. But we always say that we want to talk about the things that people don't say out loud and that they don't talk about.
Mhm.
And I've heard some talk about this. So we want to talk about the other side, not, oh, we did this and everybody's great and this and that.
Yeah.
Mother's Day, one, can be hard for people.
Yep.
And two, even as a mother, Mother's Day can still be hard.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And not every mother wants to be celebrated the same way. And I feel like sometimes we carry guilt for the way that we want to spend our Mother's Day.
Sure.
And I just want to give that topic some, I get just some room to be comfortable without guilt.
Yeah.
On it looking differently and to know that we see the women like you.
Thank you.
That Mother's Day isn't always, it's hard to go and celebrate your mom or your friends.
Yeah.
And so.
The baby showers, they're hard. Yeah.
Yes.
They were hard. And you know, can still be a little bit. But.
And it comes in waves and that's okay too.
Sure.
So that's what we're going to be talking about on this.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into that a little bit. I got to fix this mic.
Okay. And different experiences and different, and that's, I think, Chess, that's what makes this podcast so beautiful sometimes is that we are not our lives have, like, we've connected, but we've lived different lives.
Yeah.
In multiple ways. And this is one of them. But we still find connection and we still find that friendship.
And we're open to see each other in those situations instead of overlooking them or kind of trying to stay away from them. We'll go there.
Yeah.
And that's what we want this to be about is going in the hard places or, I mean, of course, we like fun. But
yeah.
So, if you are a mother or a woman that struggle with this day or carry guilt because the way you want your Mother's Day to look, I hope that you'll take the time to listen and feel seen and loved.
Yeah, we see you.
And that you will own what it is that you want and feel very confident in it and let that guilt go.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit or do you want me to first? How you want to do it, babe?
Go for it.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it. And yeah, we can definitely do that.
So I became a mama in my 20s. And we lived here. We moved here when I was pregnant. There was no family. Weren't a lot of kids on my mom's side of the family, which I'm closer to my mom's side than I am my dad's. And so it was very, I mean, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And it was scary.
Did you hold babies growing up? Like, were you around babies a lot?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
started babysitting when I was like 12. It wasn't that. It was the pregnancy part.
Yeah.
Scared me. Oh my gosh. And I was huge. Like my nose
Basketball belly.
no. Everything on me was pregnant.
Yeah.
Even my ears, my toes, everything on me was pregnant.
I didn't know you knew you were pregnant, so.
Ooh-wee,
Yeah.
sissy cat.
Yeah.
She was wide.
Thick. I mean thick.
Thick.
Yeah.
I was swole. My grandma used to say, "Honey, you look swollen." It's called fat, but
bless it.
and then I suffered a lot of loss. Had a couple of miscarriages. I had a tubal pregnancy. And had a best friend that lost a baby in birth. And it was just a really weird, hard time. I always knew that I wanted to adopt way before I had kids. And that I was able to be a mom in different ways than just childbirth. And so, yeah, it's been an interesting journey.
Beautiful one.
Yeah, it's mine. It's mine. And then as far as Mother's Day, when you're a mom and you have a mom, mother-in-law, and all of the things, you still want to celebrate your mom and your mother-in-law and all that, but it's like, I'm the one that's right now changing the diapers and stuff. But then you look at it and you're like, but they did this and they deserve the celebration. So there's that push and pull on how are we all celebrated, I had a really good friend. I was telling him that we were recording this and he was like, hey, I would love for you to touch on, as a woman, how could we as men, whether it be spouse, boyfriend, or even like he and I are friends, and he was like, how could I celebrate you on Mother's Day as your friend? And I was like, he was like, will you touch on that? I was like, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Because I think some men don't know, like, okay, I'll get flowers and have the kids make a card.
Right.
And they just, they're unsure. There are years where I want to, the one thing that kids and I do, if it's warm enough, we always go kayaking on Mother's Day.
I love that.
I love to kayak. They all have their own now. It used to be.
I want to go with you all.
Okay. Gage was always able, once we started kayaking, to have his own. Rue would be in the kayak with me, and then I had a blow-up kayak that I would put both of the boys in and tie them to me.
Yeah.
Because so I am rowing for me and 3 people with the cooler and everything.
Workout in, sis.
Girl, my back and my shoulders were ripped when they were little.
I bet.
But now they all have their own. But that's something I love to do with them. And then there are some years I have had a girlfriend that her spouse always worked on Mother's Day. So we would always take the day and he would plan it and we would go. We made candles one year. We went to just different places.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, but I always carried this guilt. I'm not with my kids. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It is your day of celebration. It's okay to have breakfast with your kids and then go and do something with your girlfriends or by yourself. You want to go get a massage? Go get a massage.
Guys, is that a way you could help your significant other out?
Let them
I'll
sleep
take the kids for a little bit. You go have some time.
I don't want to clean house today. I don't want to load the dishwasher. I don't want to touch laundry.
Yeah, which is Sunday, and that's usually a day of doing that. Yeah.
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 Yeah, but it is okay to celebrate and to be celebrated in different ways. It's not your kids are all over you every single day.
Right.
And it's fine. Like, I want to go do this and then we'll do a dinner or we'll have breakfast and then I'm going to go and do this. And I feel like the kids get it like, this is Mom's day. She's going to go do her thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, let's get her a gift card so she can go shopping. Oh, well, let's get her a massage. And so it becomes, it should be normalized that it is your day to spend how you want.
I like that.
And I think sometimes, thankfully, I shouldn't say thankfully, I don't like it, but because so many of my friends have dealt with infertility or baby loss, that I don't feel uncomfortable having the conversations with you or reaching out to you on Mother's Day and my other girlfriends. Hey, I'm just checking in. I want you to know I love you and I see you. But
It's a lot. Yeah.
it wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't what, you thought it was going to look like. And I never want you to feel forgotten or unseen. Yeah. It's,
yeah. It's a different perspective for sure.
Don't be scared to reach out to those ladies. Yeah. And there are a lot of women that play the mother role in your life in different aspects that aren't your birth mom or the mom that raised you. And celebrate
That's a good point.
them.
Yeah. That's a great point.
I have teachers that played such a role.
Coaches.
Yes. Yeah. And even now, women that have poured into me in adulthood that, I want to be that woman that one day I get that text. I love it. My oldest son, his friends will always text me on Mother's Day. And I love that because I know who those women were for me and what it means. So just don't forget. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And I think that, it's just different. It's a different way to think. When you think of Mother's Day, it's like you have your key, and then it kind of like blends out a little further, and then a little further, and then you think about the key people. Like every woman in your life that is of birthing age, is a different situation. Yes. So it's very kind and thoughtful to think of other people in that time frame too. So yeah. Well, I enjoy watching you be a mom. Yeah. It's great, and it's because you're my friend, but I get to see you and momming. You know what I mean? And
two totally different people, by the way.
Yeah. And we are a little more careful of what we say, but no, it's and now to see your kids are, they're growing up, and
you're one of those women that they will, that they will reach out to.
Yeah.
And I know that, and I love that. My mom always had women around us growing up that, just having this conversation, there's so many women that are running through my head.
Maybe we do a post and...
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, just like tag people, and feel free to tag people in this podcast episode.
What kind of women, men and women, but what kind, you all let us know, like, who was someone that poured into you that you remember things? Like I said, I had a few teachers, but there was one middle school teacher. I lived with her.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that.
Yeah. And she was like family. Fun story. My mom knows this, so it's not a secret anymore. But I had one girlfriend that we were going to a party, and she told her dad she was staying at my house. I told my mom I was staying at her house.
Love those stories.
And we were staying with another girlfriend. Well, other girlfriend had other plans, and the girl that she and I went together had a little too much to drink, and she had a standard, and I didn't even have my license yet, and didn't know how to drive a standard yet, and
is a standard a stick shift?
Never
heard of a standard. Sorry.
I had to drive, and there is a hill going from Nitro to Cross Lanes back home. Everybody knows Old Golf Mountain Road. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh my gosh. Sounded like Pretty Woman or Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Yes.
Grinding them gears.
That's fantastic.
And we called that teacher. And I was like, we got to come there. I'm not getting in trouble. And she was like, come on. And so I drove us to her house, and we spent the night.
I love that. That's fantastic.
She was our safe person. She didn't ask any questions. She thought a question when Yeah, and
she didn't still remember her today.
She didn't have any children either.
Yep.
That just hit me. But she was a mom to so many of us.
Yeah.
Julie Melton, we love you still.
I love that so much. That's awesome.
Oh, I think her last name's Strawler now. Yeah, sorry.
Married name.
Gotcha. But yeah.
Oh,
just
awesome.
Don't forget them all. Just remember them.
Yeah. Yep.
Totally be okay.
Yeah.
How do you see Mother's Day? What are some of the?
This is I'm like emotional on this one. I don't know.
It's okay. You're allowed.
For the world to see. So
close your eyes and your ears, guys.
Yeah. Don't watch on YouTube. So let's look at my mom and my sister-in-law, who have been a huge part of my life. And also my sister-in-law's mom is awesome. Like she's one of the best humans ever. Delane, you're awesome. I love you. And so it's just I know that I'm celebrating my mom. I don't have the mother-in-law to celebrate, but I do have some very influential women that have mentored and been there. I've got I think you know this. I have like 20 some aunts and uncles, and every one of my aunts have played some sort of role in my life, on both sides of my mom and dad's side. And so different relationships with different ones of them, but they've all poured in me in some sort of way, whether it was, my faith or my, just life in general, just reaching out to me throughout different parts of my life. So I've got a lot of fantastic women in my life. I have you, and just a really good group, and not every one of my friends is a mom, and so very very different lives, but so that's that direction. I was a stepmom for 10 years, and I think for me, I've told this story in the last podcast, that one of my memories younger, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's like a mom. To be so, like, that was always like an expectation in the back of my mind, that it never crossed my mind that it wouldn't happen. Right. And so being married, and then even going, well, I'm young, and like, even if they're older, the guy's older, I'm young. My birthing time frame is, it's perfect time. And so, didn't know for the longest time, which just kept thinking like, it's not the right time. And then, getting the news of, and women have probably experienced the whole fibroid issues and all the things, and just the obstacles that were in the way. And then to know and finally find out that the only way for me to not have the pain anymore, and to have a potential, well, it wouldn't even be a potential anymore, but to remove that fibroid, when that fibroid was attached. So the only option was to remove it all. And so I remember my surgery happened in May, right? The Derby week. It was Derby week, because I was feeling good that week, I guess, when you think about it, but betting horses. But it was the first week of May, and what comes right after that is Mother's Day. And I try to prepare myself before that surgery date, like, and I did, and I think that I grasped it until I didn't, until like waking up and recovering, and then I had that week and I was healing, and then Mother's Day came. I think that for me was like that moment of like, it's not gonna happen, and so sorry.
Do not apologize.
But I'm okay with it now, right? Like, it was just I remember that feeling. But I look back on all of it, and I'm like, I was so blessed to be a stepmom for 10 years, and I got to experience that. And so in my own way, I have experienced that. I have two amazing nephews. I've got kids that I'm surrounded with my friends that have children, and so
you're so intentional too.
I try to be. And I'll tell you this: I grew up and I was a baby. I had cousins and all, but like I didn't hold a lot of babies. We have like little cousin like sets of ages,
Okay.
and so I had like 10-year older cousins, and then I have my age, and then it kind of drops off a little bit from there. So there's not a ton of like I didn't have a lot of babies growing up.
Okay.
I'm kind of like that girl that looks awkward, like holding a baby now, and like, but after I get settled, I'm like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, you
But yeah,
followed
just
mine.
yeah. But so any woman that is like going through that right
Mm.
now,
You are so seen.
yeah, you are seen 100%. I was actually in the adoption process for 2 years. I don't know if many people know that about me.
That's how
Two
we met.
years is how we met. It is, and it didn't happen for us. And but also, I'm really glad that I experienced that. I mean, it was hard. There's the highs and lows. I mean, I remember at the very beginning, I was like, let's get this book rolling out. And that first, it's going to happen really quick. And it was like the waiting and the waiting and the waiting. And so, yeah, it was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I will say, just looking back, like, I've made amends and I've made peace with it. And for those that have not made peace with that yet, that's okay. But just know you're not alone in that. And I feel like infertility is such a huge topic these days, and many women go through it. But talk about it. That's not something that I promise you that you want to hold in. Um, so yeah, I would. Those are everyone has a different story, but definitely know you're not alone.
I love that aspect. And you've said this multiple times, and I don't know that we've ever really dove into it, but the way that you see when you say, I got to experience because I got to be a stepmom for 10 years, and I
Mm-hmm.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you talk about very joyfully.
Mm-hmm.
There are no regrets, there's no sadness to it. And the way that yes, it's part of your story, but you don't take it to the negative side, like, I've lost this or I
Mm-hmm.
still don't have that. You stay so positive in it and
Yeah.
speak so pure
Mm-hmm.
hearted about it that it's very beautiful, Ashley, in the way that you're able
Yeah.
to not be negative, Nancy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I gained that. I
uh,
gained that experience, and so I mean, I still pray for. I mean, I guess they're my ex stepsons, but I pray for them
of course.
daily. I mean, they're gonna grow up and they're gonna, have their own families, and and it's I have to watch that from afar, and that's okay. They have fantastic mom and dad, and they have
Right,
all the family and
right,
everything that surrounds them. But I did get to, I know that even if they don't think of me today, there's a little part that I had in
you're part of
there,
their story.
yeah, that I had in their lives, and so I look at that as a God wink. Like, I know you're not able to have babies, but and I
Yeah,
got to experience that. So, yeah, it's definitely more of a gain than a loss. And so,
that's all about perspective and
yeah.
who you are as a person, and
And
that's very
yeah,
beautiful, Ashley.
thank you. And I think that's the choice we get to make is, talk about the victim and the victor, life happens to you or you make life happen, and
But it's still okay to be sad.
it's okay. Yes.
It comes out.
Absolutely.
Whether
And
you're
don't let
healed
this
or
fool you. I've been sad many times,
right.
but coming out of it, as this was a great experience, and so I embrace it, and I'm the more that we're doing this podcast
Yeah.
episode, like I'm loving myself more, and I'm
Mm.
trying, and it's hard to like it. There's being humble, but like there's a part of me. It's just like it's okay to say you're proud of where you are
You
and
put
how
the
far
work
you've
in.
come.
You
Yeah.
should be proud.
So
And it,
yeah.
we've talked about this. What if one person gets something out of this that helps them?
Yeah.
That's all we want.
Yeah.
We want you to be seen. We don't want you to
Yep.
be alone.
Mhm.
And if this helps you, we'll keep going.
Yeah. Not gonna stop.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So
your perspective is beautiful, and you were sharing about having the hysterectomy. I had 4 kids when I had to have mine, and it wasn't a choice.
Sure.
And waking up, like, so when you talk about that, I'm like, I couldn't imagine, because for me, it was still like, I mean, because it's like they take it away from you. You don't get the choice ever again, and
Right.
it's something as a woman that is so, I don't know. I mean, it's always like when you're having a kid, when you're having a baby, when you're having another baby, and it's just always push so hard that when you don't have the choice, even if you like, the pain that came out of it, like, I'm like, I honestly can't imagine, because even where I was, I mean, gosh, I had 3 toddlers at home, and a 7-year-old, so I shouldn't have, but it's not a choice anymore.
Yeah.
It's out of
the one thing that I remember thinking, I was like, God has put us on this earth to procreate, and I no longer can be a part of that. That was
that is a lie straight from
I
the devil,
know,
though, because
but
think of all the people in the Bible that
absolutely.
okay.
And so, but that is a small little whatever that blew up, and I was like, I'm not a great cook, and I can't, like, what kind of woman am I? I can't have a baby, and I can't, like,
burn them hot dogs.
burn them hot dogs, like, burn hot, or was it Dad
Boil
would say
water.
you would burn boiling water, but that to me was just but that was that's a lot. It's a lot, and
well, and you know that now.
I know that now. When you're in it, the thick of it, oof. Yeah.
Don't do it alone.
No.
Do not walk that alone. And sometimes it's best to talk to a stranger, because you can say whatever. Your closest friends, sometimes it's hard.
Sure.
So if there is not someone, if you're in that stage of life, or you're going through the thick of it, you got 2 people right here that
no judgments. There are none.
No judgment at all. But
and how you handle it or anything,
we will support you in any way that we possibly can.
Absolutely.
We never want someone going through that alone. And as a man, if you have a spouse or a girlfriend that is going through that, please do the research on how to support her, so she doesn't feel alone when you're right there beside of her.
Yeah. But also, there's some grieving in your world.
Absolutely. And don't downplay that either. They have that role of just supporting the woman, and no one sees them hurting, because they're going through it too.
Because they're the man, being strong, and it's, so, that I'm really, really happy that we went this direction with it, perspective, because we could have sit here all day and been like, throw some roses around and be like, Happy Mother's Day. And it's a beautiful day still, like, absolutely.
Of course.
But also there are those that can be hard, and it's okay. It's okay. I mean, we have Father's Day coming up, and so there's,
it is not a day that I like.
Yeah. Right. So, and then, the flip side of this is if your mom's no longer here with you and it's a hard day, I know. I don't want to think about it. It's just one of those things where, in some capacity, there could be a hurt, even though the whole day is maybe not sad. There could still be some things that have lingered, but you're not alone. You have us reach out, and this is why we're doing this. This is literally why we're doing this. Is to create community and talk about the things that people don't necessarily want to talk about or it's comfortable talking about. So,
I mean, it's not like everything that I say about being a mom shines some bright light and of goodness on me, but it's real.
I mean, raising teenagers, my goodness, like, not for the faint of heart at all. So,
no, it's not.
But your story's beautiful, and it's so great to see you. It's so great to see you in that light. I really enjoy it. So, but shout out to everyone, regardless of where you are,
you're
in your journey.
You're loved. And Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
And if it's not Mother's Day, Happy You Day.
That's right.
And remember,
you always have a seat at our table.
table.
I know. I got